Hi, Coach. Just so glad to have you here today. Thank you for your time joining us for our segment of Top of the Key. Just want to talk to you first and foremost. Obviously, we've acquired Jewell Loyd in the free agency, and Jackie Young has been such an instrumental piece to our team and our success. Just talk to me about when you were coaching them. What qualities did you see in them that would translate to the pros?
Yes, Jackie and Jewell were just always pro-minded. They always operated like pros. Their versatility, athleticism. Like Jewell came on campus and she was probably one of the best athletes I've ever seen. Completely kind of took over her freshman year, started her freshman year, just had that pro mentality, her confidence, her swag. But again, she just had that kind of pro level WNBA body early. And then the same as for Jackie. She played multiple positions. We had her running the point. She was all the way running the four position.
Well, so did we now. We had her running the point as well. So thank you for preparing her for that too.
Yes, jack of all trades, super versatile, great defender, super athletic, had a WNBA body. So both of them, to me, just the approach to getting better every day, their mindset, super competitive, always wanting to get better. So not surprised with the success that they're having in the league.
What part of the Notre Dame culture do you feel has allowed them to be so exceptional right now? Because obviously Coach Hammond talks a lot about the culture that she's created. It's a championship culture, but let's just talk a little bit about the culture that you guys have developed as well.
Yeah, I think just identifying the right talent here at Notre Dame. They're very high IQ, again, super competitive, play extremely hard, very unselfish. Those are the type of characteristics and intangibles that they both have. And again, having that high IQ, knowing how to play multiple positions, but also, being dominant, three-level scorers, and just again having that mindset like Coach Hammond has here. They both had those, and that translates really well in the league. The way our style of play, just 4 out, a lot of ball screen action, push and pace. That stuff really, to me, it really translates well to Coach Hammond's system and just the WNBA in general.
Just talk a little bit about, you've played and coached at the highest level, you've won at the highest level. How has that helped you shape these young women today?
Yeah, I try to bring my experiences to the players here. I've had such an incredible opportunity to play here at Notre Dame, to play for a Hall of Famer in Muffet McGraw, and have had the opportunity to be assistant here. So building those relationships, and then now as a head coach, I get a chance to bring all those experiences back to this university. Try to enhance this university as much as I can. I'm very passionate because I love this program. I love this university, and I try to display that. I'm hoping that that's on display every time I step on the court. I don't feel like it's a job. I feel like I'm living in my purpose. And to serve, to mentor, and what a better way to do that than being at your alma mater. So I'm super grateful. I'm blessed that I get a chance to inspire and to coach and mentor young women.
A lot of people just attribute success to just winning, and maybe the ultimate prize is to win a title and win a championship. How do you define success?
Being the best versions of themselves, to me, I know that I'm doing my job. A lot of it is, a credit to basketball, playing basketball beyond college. We had 3 draft picks this year, so they got a chance to live out their dreams. But I also had a walk-on that, she just got hired here on the new analytic team here at Notre Dame. So success being the best versions of themselves, and for them to succeed and have purpose in what they're doing beyond basketball. I think that's what defines success for me.
Who's been someone that you would say, this person has impacted my life, this person has helped mold me to the woman I am today?
Gosh, I'm lucky that I have a couple women that I would say. I think everybody knows my relationship with Muffet McGraw. She's someone that gave me an opportunity as a player, as an assistant coach, my first coaching job. And she's somebody that I've looked up to, a big role model of mine. Just the way that she coached, but also the way that she led her life from being just her integrity, just super positive, what she's done for women's basketball. One of your great friends, Carol Owens, is another one that I've looked up to, Coquise Washington. Those two role models, they recruited me. Carol recruited me here me here at Notre Dame, and she's been a part of my journey. She's part of my staff, and I've really looked up to her, and I'm really grateful for her mentorship. You know, you can't have success without having a great network around you, and I have very strong women that I look up to and that have inspired me. So Coquise is another one. Brought her on staff for a year. I knew I wasn't going to keep her long. She's now at Rutgers, but those three women have really impacted my life in such a positive way, and I'm so grateful for them.
Well, one of the things that you know, when I look at you guys along the sideline, I'm seeing nothing but beautiful women. And, you know, I obviously had the privilege also to work with Michaela, but how important is it for your staff to represent, you know, the things that you're most passionate about, because you can see that on the sidelines as well?
Yeah, I mean, they're an extension of me. I know that they believe in my vision. They represent this vision here at Notre Dame. They're high class, they work extremely hard, they're very professional, and they are also in their purpose, and they come into work every day, and it feels like family. So I have great mentors on my staff, and I have a great balance. You know,
Right.
I have Coach Knox that's had, you know, NBA, WNBA background. I have Carol, Coach Owens, who has so much wisdom. She's been a head coach. She's coaching USA basketball. And then I have, you know, the younger coaches that do a great job of relating to the players and bring great energy. So I'm blessed to have a really great balance around my staff. They definitely balance the things that I need. They bring a lot of creativity and you know, inspiration on our staff. So I'm really grateful that I have a great group, a great staff to work with.
When you look at your journey, you know, you being a college star and then to the WNBA, then you're a head coach, you know, what would you want to share with people that they may not understand, you know, this journey that you've been on?
Yeah. Hopefully I make it look easy. But definitely it's been a challenge. You know, as a player, I had to go through 2 ACL, had a lot of adversity. You know, I feel like I've had a great opportunity, again, having my first coaching job here at Notre Dame. So I'm really fortunate for that, and just growing every year. I think you have to always understand, people have to understand, like, it's definitely not easy, but when you love what you do, you can grow from that, and that's what I've done. And I've surrounded myself with a lot of great people. I think I always go back to that. My best advice is make sure you have a great circle around you, like you mentioned. That's gonna help you, grow you. And I've always tried to surround myself with really successful people and successful mentors, and that's helped me along the way.
Can you just talk to us about, you know, being a mom, juggling everything that comes with that? There's so many people who will be watching that may aspire to have both. And,
Yes.
And just let's get into like how you can be able to have a family while be this unbelievable coach who has a lot of responsibilities, not only for the Notre Dame community, but the community of women's basketball.
Yes, Jaden is my why. You know, he changed my life when I became a mother. I wasn't expecting to be a mother, and everyone knows my story, being a single mom. I had a village around me to help me raise him, but he changed my purpose. I was a rookie in the WNBA, and he was my motivation. Got a chance to raise him in a great environment after playing in the league, and came here to Notre Dame when he was 5. So this whole community embraced Jaden, and I'm just so proud. So it allows me to wear multiple hats, so I can relate to my players. I can turn that mama hat on quickly, but then I can also be a coach. So just having that balance, I think, has been really helpful as a coach. It's really shaped me as a person, and it has shaped me as a coach. But we've had a lot of sacrifice. He's had to sacrifice a lot, being away, being an assistant, and then now being a head coach. Sometimes not being able to see him. But I know that I'm just proud of the work that he's put in. I'm proud that I can say that the women's game has inspired him. He talks about it a lot. He was born and raised here, or he was born and raised in South Bend, but he also was inspired by women. His first players that he looked up to were not LeBron and Michael Jordan. It was Skylar. You know, so Notre Dame women's basketball players and women in general. And he's always followed women's sports. I brought him with me everywhere that I've been. So I definitely would like to, anybody watching, like, you can do both.
Right.
So don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Again, just having that work-life balance, and having an opportunity to be a mother, and also being a coach. And I inspired Jaden, and I know part of his work ethic is because of what he watched and what I surrounded him with, which was great, powerful women.
And let me ask you this. What's the legacy you would like to leave?
Ooh, I think at any point as a player, it's always trying to leave where you are better than it was before you got there. And I'm fortunate that I got a chance to take over a story program. So I'm hoping that my legacy will always be that I left it better and I, inspired people and they got better just by being around me. So that's hopeful for me, for my legacy.